Hey, welcome back. Hope everybody is having a great Friday, and thank you so much for joining me talking all things Masters of the Universe. Today, guys, we're going to be finally unboxing the final figure of Wave 16 of the MasterVerse line, and that of new Eternia version of King RANDOR. But first, we'll do a recap and figure in the packaging and the beautiful artwork it comes with. Of course, this is the first time ever getting a King RANDOR figure, but we'll still compare this version of King RANDOR to his Origins variant right here, as you can see right here. Alright, and his Classics version, thanks to Pixel Dan and Dark Horse Comics as well. And of course, at the end of the video, I will give you my rankings of my least favorite to my favorite figure of Wave 16. Alright, and of course, if you are new to my channel or first time watching, I hope you will subscribe afterwards. Hope you'll hit that like button, and thank you so much for doing that. Hit that notification bell when I upload new videos, and please share this video. Who has a passion and a love for collecting all things Masters of the Universe. Without further ado, let's take a look at King RANDOR. Alright, so here he is. Once again. Of course, you got the Mattel logo, the 30 points articulation. Of course, you got the beautiful MasterVerse logo here with the rocks blasting around it as well. And there's old King RANDOR. Alright, beautiful. Looks really good. There he is. Beautiful glamour shot. Taking on some looks like some sea creatures or some monsters as well. As you can see in the backdrop right there, in the background, you see Queen Marlena's spaceship as well. All right, looking really good. All right, King RANDOR, MasterVerse, new Eternia. All right. It's very interesting too that we did not get a King RANDOR figure for MasterVerse in the Revelation show, or might possibly the Revolution show as well. And I do hope, you know, this Easter egg of Queen Marlena's spaceship here, hopefully we'll get a Queen Marlena in MasterVerse from the new Eternia line. I love to get her. I would love to have a spacesuit version or like an astronaut version of Queen Marlena in the new Eternia line. I think that'd be really cool. All right. First glamour shot right there. King RANDOR here. And I think for the first time ever, a bald figure. Well, unless you, yeah, like a bald-headed character here with King RANDOR here. Very interesting, but beautiful. Really cool. It's really good. All right, of course, the backdrop here. I love this. I love Zor right there. King RANDOR looks amazing as well. Nice glamour shot right there. King RANDOR right there. A little bio, of course. And of course, we have unboxed Beastman and Roboto on the channel. And like I said, at the end of the video, I will give you my rankings of my least favorite to my favorite figure from Wave 16. Alright, beautiful. Of course, and there she is right there. See, I would love to get this version right here of Queen Marlena, and of course, if, in her traditional Queen outfit as well. But I think this would be a cool figure to get in this form here, and also in Origins too. All right. So if you give me 1 second, guys, I get King RANDOR out of package right here, and then we'll go from there. So hang on, guys. All right. So hang on. Alright guys, here he is out of package right here, out of the box right here. One thing to note, when you do unbox him, okay, the cape is taped to the package, to the bubble, the blister bubble. So be very careful when you're removing the cape to take the tape off first, okay? But there he is, there's King RANDOR. Has that old school vibe like you've seen with, with the original version of King RANDOR from Origins and, of course, the vintage line here. He looks really good. The detail is amazing. All right. Now the helmet can be removed right here. You can remove this very giant battle armored crown here. All right, of the king's crown here. All right. You can remove if you want to display him like this, which is very interesting. Like I said, a very different take of King RANDOR, if you wish. All right. It looks good. I think, like I said, for the first time ever, getting a bald figure in a way. I keep like hesitating because I think about like Hordak. But Hordak, you know, I would think is probably the closest to, I think, a bald figure, but not. You know, I know it's kind of weird, but with King Randor here, it looks great. All right. Now, also, he comes with a sword as well, and a scepter. Now, the scepter you can also plug into the bottom of his sword here, you know, to give him a more lethal weapon here, if you wish to do that. So, okay. Or you can have the scepter in his other hand, okay, like a ruling scepter. It's got the beautiful jewel right there, the crown as well, all right. And it kind of reminds me and kind of mimics somewhat of his spear or his, you know, or his weapon from the original Origins line and from, you know, of course, Vintage line as well. All right, kind of pays tribute to that. Got this beautiful blue sapphire jewel in the center right there. All right. Now, also, he does come with an extra hair piece and his somewhat normal crown, which you can fit like this. It does plug in. Again, you're right. There. So there you go. So there is a, you know, his more traditional look to him for King Randor. All right. To be honest with you, I like this look right here with the, you know, with no crown at all. You know, it looks very interesting, very different as far as, you know, figures are concerned. Got the beautiful goatee here with the gray here, but I also like this right here. It's much different, and I'm trying to think if this is more of the. No, it's not. I was about to say I was trying to get to thinking maybe it could be like the 2000 X5 with the crown here, but it's not. It's not. But I do like the battle armored crown variant here. It looks beautiful. But this variant here looks really good too. Very different what we have gotten in the past with King Randor here. Beautiful, soft, good cape here. Very nice. Got this big giant shoulder pad or like armor with the beautiful blue like sapphire jewel in the center right here, and all around his, you know, his body as well, from the belt to his gauntlets right here. And, of course, matching beautifully with the sword as well. All right. Of course, he's got that beautiful. I'm kind of staying him up next to his Origins variant here, if I can. All right, as you can see, a very different, you know, not different, but I'm sorry, a very similar style, as you can see from both versions of King Randor. You got the orange type, you know, pants, and I love the gauntlets here. Unfortunately, with the shin guards here, or, you know, armored right here, no blue. You know, like we've seen with the rest of King Randor here, I kind of, you know, missed opportunity not put like some blue right here in the center of the gauntlets here, or the not gauntlets, but the shin armored protectors here. Brown boots here, looks good. I'm curious. Well, it looks. I thought for a second there, and I know it's not the case, but I thought the beard it looks very different. It's got a different. Oh, sorry guys. It's got a very different shade. If you can, I'm sorry for the camera. It's not showing it properly, but the goatee and the mustache is a different brown than the actual beard here. That, you know, that's over around King Randor's face here. Trying to get that. I hope that shows right there, guys. I do apologize for the look of the camera here. It's trying to focus right here. But when you get him in hand, you'll notice the goatee, you know, the mustache is a much darker brown than the actual beard that's around the chin here. This has a much lighter, somewhat of a lighter brown to it as well. All right. Oops, I think okay, hang on. I think I, by mistake here. Okay, so it looks like the cape here can be unplugged right here. If you saw that, it can be removed easily from the character here, from Randor here. If you want to remove his cape, you know, safely. All right, but it looks really good, really good. A great version of King Randor for being the very first variant we got. with King Randor. I'm trying to get him standing up here, guys. Hang on. Hang on, guys. Hang on. All right, guys. I got him hopefully on the turntable here so we can turn it on. I wouldn't be surprised if he falls over, but he looks great. See, there you go. Fortunately, has that, like I said, he's got that old school vintage vibe to him with the look of him. But let me know, guys. Let me know your thoughts and feelings about King Randor here. Just move back here a little bit more. Okay. And of course, like I said, we'll look at his classic version as well. So here's his classic version right here. Came out in 2009. And as you can see, with this version right here from Classics, he also came with a sword and a scepter or a, you know, a staff, a ruling staff. All right, looks good. Right the back, side to side. But also, there was another version of King Randor that came out there in 2012, and more of his traditional cartoon collection or filmation version right there. And with this version, as you can see, they actually added the original spear, you know, his vintage spear from the Origins line that we've seen with Origins and from the vintage line as well. It looks like he's got a chalice right there, a cup. A little fun factoid about that. Of course, in these both variants of King Randor here, it looks like Classic was trying to get rid of the Burger King-esque theme with King Randor, with the look of him right here. And I think, you know, MasterVerse kind of did, you know, a great job and, you know, taking away that, you know, Burger King-esque look to him in a way, right there with the detail with the MasterVerse new Eternia variant right here. I love the detail. I love the, you know, the armor here and the sketchings and, you know, around the armor here of the gold and the sapphire. Looks great. The detail is beautiful. I love the fact that they brought back that beautiful golden cross as well. But what a great character. And finally, you know, a character that is needed. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. Hang on, guys. Hang on. All right, everybody. I do apologize once again for the mishaps with the figure here falling over. But as you can see, I changed up the head sculpt right there to give him more of his traditional look to King Randor, like his Origins variant, and of course of his vintage line 80s variant as well. You can see. All right. But there you go, guys. There's a look at King Randor for the first time ever getting in the MasterVerse line. Like I said, I'm looking forward to getting Queen Marlena, all right, from MasterVerse at some point, I hope, in her queen form and her space human form. All right, guys, now to rank these figures from my least favorite to my favorite. And just because this is my, my list, my list is 100% correct. If you wish to, give me your, your thoughts overall of this particular wave, let me know. And just because my least favorite character, it's not a, it's a great character, it's just, how do I say it? Just because it's, my comes in third or last place doesn't mean it's a bad character or a really crappy character. And of course, coming at number 3 is King Randor, and only because it's a great character, he looks amazing. Only because first time ever, nothing to compare to. Unlike Roboto here and Beastman, which we've gotten, especially Beastman, which we've gotten a variety of figures from him. King Randor, for the most part, we have nothing to compare to. All right, unfortunately, he never came out in Revelations. He never came out in Revolution. line, you know, so that's why. But he's still an amazing character. I love the detail. I love that vintage vibe he's you know, he's putting off right now with the look of him. I love the, you know, the overall, I like I said, I like, you know, him like this. You know, it's very different, very, you know, very unique when it comes to this figure here. I also like the sword. I love the scepter as well that you can plug in the back to give him more of a very cool weapon of choice. Right, and I do like the battle armored crown here as well. But like I said, he's my third favorite. Okay, coming at number 2 for me is Beastman, right here. And like I said, we've gotten a variety of different versions of Beastman. All right, and a second go around when it comes to the new Eternia line. And this is still an incredible version of Beastman. Don't get me wrong. I love the vibe. I love that. I like I said in my review, I'm getting that old school Lords of Power vibe with this version of Beastman. He looks great. The detail is beautiful. You got that big giant whip as well, but still great. But not as good. I still like his first version of the new Eternia line with the beautiful, this version here. I still prefer that version over this one. But I love the fact that he's got that old school vibe to him. And the mouth is articulated. I mean, the detail is beautiful right here. But he comes in number 2. Which means that my favorite figure in this line, of course, is Roboto. Alright. For, you know, a much improved version of Roboto that we got from the Revelation line. Fully articulated, fully functional version of Roboto. He looks very lethal, very deadly. I love his weapons of choice, from his blades to his look. His overall look is just beautiful, and I love it. I love the eyes, and look at that. It looks very creepy. But let me know, guys, you know, if you had to rank these figures from Wave 16, from your least favorite to your favorite, which would you go? So, like I said, King RANDOR comes gets the bronze. All right, number 2 is, who gets the silver medal is Beastman, and getting the gold for me is Roboto. All right, guys. All right, everybody, I'd like to take time now, of course, to thank my subscribers. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. It's been a lot of fun doing these unboxings with you guys. But the unboxings are not complete, because tomorrow, so don't forget to hit that notification bell. Tomorrow we're going to be unboxing the Super Shredder version of the Turtles Grayskull from Walmart. I did get my second version, and so we'll be doing a full unboxing, all right, on the channel tomorrow of Shredder, Super Shredder. All right. Also, I'm sure you guys are all aware of this, but I like to mention it as well, is that there are some new pre-orders that are now up from, you know, from the online stores like Entertainment Earth, Big Bad Toy Store, probably Amazon as well, of the Thundercats line, which is the first wave is now available for pre-order if you wish to add them to your collection for the first time. Also, the next wave of cartoon collection figures are out now for pre-order as well, which is Grizzlor, Orko, and Fangman. All right, and the next wave of MasterVerse figures from Wave 17 of New Eternia, Skeletor, Terraclaw Skeletor, and Ninjor. All right, is now available for pre-order. All right, so I just want to point that out. All right, so hopefully you guys can add them to your amazing collection. All right. Right. So I hope everybody has a great Friday, and I'll see you guys on Saturday. Take care, and have a good one, everybody.